Hey guys, welcome to the Banner Saga. This game, if you're watching this video when I put it out, it was only released yesterday on the 14th of January 2014, but it did have a really successful Kickstarter campaign a while back, and I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't heard of it before now. I picked it up yesterday when it came out and streamed a little bit of it, and I'm loving it so far. It's a turn-based RPG, I guess you could say it's a tactical RPG, with a very sort of story-driven style, very narrative-heavy. And it's got three guys from BioWare making up, I think, a main component of the team. 3 ex-BioWare employees, so you know you're getting into a good experience when you have that sort of backing for it in terms of story. But what I'm going to do here is I'll put a link in the description of the video, which is going to jump straight to the gameplay. So if you don't want to hear me rambling on about the game or what way the series is going to be structured, then by all means please click that. It'll take you straight to the action and to the beginning of the game. If, however, you want to listen to me for a minute or two, I just want to elaborate really quickly about what we're going to be doing here. So the story-driven thing is, I guess, both a boon and a bane, because while I can tell you already the story is going to be very involving and really good, in my opinion anyway, the problem with it is that although it's got a brilliant musical soundtrack, it's got a brilliant score, the game is very sound light. There's very few sound assets other than the music, so there is not much narration at all, and it is very dialogue heavy. So what I'm going to be doing is narrating some of the main characters, and I'll try to put some accents on it, I guess. It may, depending on who you are, it's either going to inject some comedy value or add some character to the series, or it could ruin it entirely. And I warn you in advance, I have no voice acting experience. I'm terrible at it. So, depending on your perspective, I'm not sure what you're going to think about that. But that's basically what we're going to do. We won't spend too much time either in talking about mechanics. They'll come up now and again in the gameplay, especially in the battles, but the game does a very good job of describing to you how the mechanics work at the beginning, almost like a mini tutorial when you start, so we don't need to worry about that too much. I'm just really here for the experience and to share it with you if you'd like to see it. And lastly, and I hope this works instantaneously, is... Hey, there we go, face cam. Hello. I'm going to turn it off for now though, because the first cutscene is quite good and I don't want to ruin it, so I'll see you in a minute. And without further ado, here we go. The gods are dead. It's very Nietzschean. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing is stopped. The sun. And I assume they're not talking about the British tabloid. Although, I wish that would stop.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
These are the Varl, by the way, they're giants, if you're wondering why they've got horns and are huge. We've only been in the place 2 minutes and we're in a fight already. These boyos are in trouble though, because here come the big boys! Hello again. I don't know what he just said, but it sounded ominous. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Yeah, I'd say so. Click and drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Okay, that's fine. Portraits show you the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. Okay. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. I take it that's his class and not his name because, well, shield banger is not really the most loving name, is it? Unless his mother disliked him or something. Little shield banger. Always getting up to mischief. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Okay, some characters fill more tiles than others. Well, these are giants, so they take up 4. Humans take up 1. Click the tile you want to move to, then the check mark. Okay, so we're just moving. Into attack range. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Ally tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon show the damage you will do to that stat. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. It's not a permadeath. As far as I'm aware from what I've played so far, it's not a permadeath system. It's an injury system. Although maybe there are some expendable characters later that will die. I guess we'll find out. Armor blocks strength damage but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor you open them up to take more damage in the future. Yeah, we can kill this guy in one go, look, because it's equal, and we don't even need to expend extra willpower. Down he goes. Like a sack of spuds. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you're outnumbered. Which is good, I guess, because otherwise that might be a bit impossible to play. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shieldbanger's high armor. Now it's your warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, the character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your warhawk into attack range now. Okay, let's get up there. So we have to use a bit of willpower here to do that, but that's okay. And now we're going to use a special ability called Tempest, which is like a whirlwind attack, I think, and we're basically going to sweep both of these guys and cleave the shit out of them. Here we go. Good night. That made quick blah blah blah. Yes, it did. They're all dead. During players enter pillage mode when there's only 1 enemy left. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has now changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. Nice. Character does not have a move on his turn. He can rest or gain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Let's murder him then. We can kill him in 1 go if we expend an extra willpower. So let's do that. And the coup d'etat is over.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another.
Suddenly
now that
Pyramid
there are
Head.
no more threats to
What's he
war
doing
against,
here?
we war against ourselves.
Go back to
This
Silent
chieftain
Hill.
meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe.
We're not
Take
really
any men
your
you
friends.
need. They're
I'm a
loyal.
friggin'
I
tax
promise you that.
collector. I mean,
They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
oh, boys, at the ear already. We're getting roped into a situation that's more than we bargained for. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eirik. Okay. I think a West Country accent. I'm thinking what we're going to do is, if it's possible, we'll make the Varl. We'll give them things that I can actually cope with. We'll give them Ulster accents, maybe some Scottish accents, maybe a couple of Irish ones. Or I say a couple, it's just going to be the one accent trotted out over and over again. Humans will say all of the above, plus maybe like English and European as well, if I can manage that. I think West Country for this guy though, which is going to be a challenge. Here we go. I need to get into character. Wurzel Gummidge and Blackbeard from Assassin's Creed come to mind. War, my lover, war, war. Eirik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? I'm just here for the tithe. I'm sure you'll get it, if not more. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. It does seem a bit chaotic around here. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. Yeah, what does he want exactly? I don't know how to say that in an accent. Them things, scalfings. You didn't hack up in the Great Hole, scattered after you took our chieftain. Their chieftain. Governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Okay, so we're going to the marketplace. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses, and I like the way I'm holding the quill. By the way, I'm clearly I'm a writer, not a fighter. And that expression too is fantastic in its nonchalance. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Coloured canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Eirik. Had? I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scalfings... Oh, here we go, sorry. The Scalfings chieftain bled out about an hour ago. Had? So when you tell me what the rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try and kill you this time. I don't talk. They don't talk to me. I think Eirik can handle himself, so we're gonna say nothing. Eirik overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods! Eirik, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Skulfings? Nobleman, up by East Wall. But that was months ago. Lest I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eirik's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Gunhalf. Oh wow. Southern Irish accent, maybe? He does have a ginger beard, and he does look like a fucking leprechaun to some extent. He looks like a bit of a troublemaker too. Are we done here? Gunhalf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, I just bought him while you were walking around. Why? That's Cornish, isn't it? No, I just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Gunhalf goes off to look at more souls. Doesn't give a fuck, does he? Eirik, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be scalfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Still my changeless expression, totally emotionless. Nobleman is a meat hole. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm gonna find him, and I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. And now we're going to the mead house, okay. You arrive in front of what must be the nobleman. A few minutes later, Eirik appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. We'll point them out. Excuse me? Wait, can you say that again, Eirik? I'm sorry, this will get better, I promise you. I'm only just starting. It's terrible. I'll point them out, Eirik says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door. They ran to a mead house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eirik is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. I think we're in for another fight. We are in a mead hall after all, so drink up. Okay. Now, can we change our... Yeah, we can change our deployment already. Although I probably... Yeah. Let's get everyone... Yeah, they're mainly grouped up, so why shouldn't we be? I like the way Ruben's just standing at the back of the hall, by the way. Yeah. He definitely is not one to wield a weapon. You think he could at least jam his quill in somebody's eye or something, just, you know, to help out a bit, but no. Battle is joined. You know what, this guy, what are their stats like? I think, yeah, tab shows everybody's stats. It may be a foolish mistake, but no guts, no glory. This guy looks like a fucking beast, so I'm just gonna run him in. We can only do 3 damage. Probably going to regret this, but whatever, here we go. Charge! What's his name, by the way? Valgard, right, Valgard. Let's get you stuck in. Or maybe, actually, we should do that damage to his armor. Nice. I think that may be the chieftain. Okay, now it's this is Eirik, is it? Yeah. He looks a wee bit more delicate, to be honest. But we could take out. No, we can't. We can't get to him. I'll move him up ever so slightly. We'll then turn. Oh, look, they're all going for Valgar. Let's push up. This is Shield Banger. I'm starting to think that is actually his name and not his class. Good old Shield Banger. Let's get up there and hammer this bastard. What have we got? Again, armor breaking seems to be more useful at this point. Let's do a bit of that. Wow, whoa, oh, that was some ninja stuff he just pulled off. Viking ninja. Gunnulf has 17 strength. Wow. It says he can do can he do 12 damage to this guy? Really? Is this a one shot? Well, it fucking is as well. Get cleaved! Oh, brutal. That's one down. And Valgar's getting surrounded. Maybe I should stonewall. Adds 1 armor to allies and himself while adjacent to the allies. Stonewall block 3 damage per hit. Yeah, that's probably. He could do a lot of damage, but this is probably more sensible. Takes a willpower, but he'll be able to block stuff. We can move Eirik up now. War. I'm gonna murder him, so I am. Okay, you can do 3 armor damage, which would nearly take all his armor away. So let's do that. Resist, lovely. That's exactly what I was looking for. He can do 6. Ah, he only has 1 willpower though. That's, oh shit! I didn't actually mean to do that attack, but we've done it now. Oh, nice. Let's push. Actually, this guy has the sweep attack, so. Gunnulf. Let's push Gunnulf in here and Tempest. Oh bollocks! I can only. I think that'll actually hurt him, so that's off the menu. Oh, we can get another one. Gunnulf is a beast. We'll murder y'all. Oh, get dunked. Gunnulf, man. What a hero. Although I have a feeling, wow, 9 damage, I have a feeling Valgard's about to come into his own. Yeah, here we go. Another 1 hit. Lovely. What we got now? Eirik again. Eirik is a bit of a weaker hero, but he has this rally ability which can give extra willpower to any of your characters. So he's more like a, I guess, a defensive character. He's got buffs and stuff like that, but anyway. We can do 6 damage to him. I'll kill him. Might as well, let's do that. Loving the animations in this, by the way. They are very fluid for a turn-based game, in my opinion. Okay, let's... No, that won't kill him. We can hack away at his armor, though. Eirik's taking a wee bit of a beating, actually. Never fear, though. Here comes Gunnulf to murder everybody. I'll murder you! And he did. Wow. Gunnulf, man. Oh, nice. Get an instant kill here as well with Valgard. Let's go for that. I think I may have taken out the chieftain already, unless that's him. No, it's the thug, so the chieftain's already gone. I didn't even know which one he was. Okay, let's destroy... No, I don't even need to expend... Yeah, I do. Let's destroy his armor. And then we'll get Shield Banger to come in and mop him up. Battered. No meat for you, love. But all the meat for us. Gunnulf got a promotion. Well deserved. 9 or 9. Fair enough. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hold's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of blood reds and blues. And Ubin says, one banner I know well. Vognir. Next for Varl kinship last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Aye, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything is fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotten bodies or pools of entrails still lying in the Great Hall before they come by. Better get your mop by, Eirik. Can I ask one more favour? Yeah, okay then, what is it? If you happen to stall our guests down by the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will, Eirik. Maybe I will. Eirik and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eirik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug. I'm not giving anybody any money. And go greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Quill in hand. Same emotionless expression. And here they come as well. To the docks then. And what I really like about this game as well is the little things that go on in the background. So the ships are coming into the bay. You'll see, I think before too long, our little banner company will appear on the bottom of the screen, hopefully. Watch. Now here they come, look. Here they are. I don't know why they're going that way, because they're going to the docks, but still, it's the little things that make games like this what they are. Ubin. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. God's Ubin. Right, okay, Vognir. I think we're going to give him an Ulster accent. He looks, I know he's in line to the throne, but these giants are big guys, they're gruff. Right, we'll give him a bit of a gruff Ulster accent if I can manage that. So Vognir. God's Ubin, you're like an ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Vognir, there must be Hakon. Hakon. Well, he's fucking gruff too. And I do remember playing a little bit more of this last night. So, and he is gruff. So we'll give him a Glaswegian accent, or like a Scottish accent, a bit of a gruff one. I think Glaswegian will be the closest. It probably isn't dead on, but Muster. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jornder, I guess Jornder's the king, maybe? Jornder demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of which, I'd no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberang, in fact. Aye, I'm glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Luden. Don't you know I've gone Scottish. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. Thought you made alliances through marriage, no? It's a miserable waste of time. Aye. Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business at Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. You're not inviting him round for cocktails. It's not like we should fondue. Ubin. We should. Give it a day. Better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is, the prince is a delight to behold. A little bit of sarcasm there. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognise a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. Nice. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself. Really, Ubin chuckling to himself? I don't see that somehow. I don't think he's ever laughed in his life by the look of him. You chuckle to yourself, silently, about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. Well, I mean, Ira could help, couldn't he? On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Maybe there we are again, look, wandering aimlessly about while I decide what to do. We'll speak to Hakon first. Scrivener! You find Hakon in a mead house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans! I guess if only I lived as long as a Yoxfur, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Actually, we're in a mead house. Let's pour another drink while we deal with all this delicious dialogue. Okay. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Sláinte. Okay, let's go on. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do a fucking English accent now, aren't I? I apologise in advance. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. I wonder who that is. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Oh, the rain in Spain. No, I can't do this. This is terrible. Yes? You're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman does. He does look like a cheeky wee shite, doesn't he? Needs to be slapped down a peg or two. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. I think he'll be haughty to that. Because I'm a giant and he's a human. We're not the same species. Let's just play it by ear. Just introduce myself. You collect taxes for the Varl territories. A true pleasure, you sarcastic wee shite. Yes. An awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. Or like my English accents. You take the I'm not even trying, I'm sorry. I apologise. I really do. You take the maybe when I get liquored up a bit more it'll get better. It won't. You take the opportunity to depart. Quill still in hand. Okay, so we're going to the Great Hall for night. This, by the way, is a little menu you get when you're on the road. I should probably say right now that you'll see it in a second too, that the game turns into, between battles, you know, and between cities, between settlements, it turns into a little bit like Oregon Trail, where you have these events happen in the wilderness and battles, and you know, people get into trouble. And here we are again. Look. But yeah, so there's all this kind of stuff like food and morale and a little bit of a sort of mini game of management, which is quite cool as well. Anyway, Great Hall, let's get a good night's sleep. Or not. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. Leathers? All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. 29, okay, nice. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and dishevelled. Moger steps forward, Vognir's quartermaster. If you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. You're ready. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city. But the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarises Strand well as a whole, you think. It looks very picturesque, but yeah, kind of bleak. Now that the game mentions it. And we're now switching over to port, so this... Hold on, wait for that sound. Oh yeah, love it. So here we go. A little bit Monty Python-esque again. It's like the Holy Grail. We are venturing forth into the landscape like true heroes. And what a landscape too. I was just about to drink. Then again, the caravan stops for the day. I think Moger's going to be have an Ulster accent as well. A gift, says Moger, cracking open mead casks, from our gracious friend the Governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout camp. Fuck it. Drink a lot. It's not often you get the chance to relax on the road. The odds of something happening to the treasure cart is low, especially in this company, so you take advantage. Damn right we do. Gonna have to pour more port now. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Moger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Vognir. You're needed. Okay, let's get this poured and then we'll crack on with Ludin and his spoilt little demands. Holy shit. He's gonna be taught a lesson sooner or later, I assume. Okay, we're good to go. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Vognir releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on the map. World map. Click and drag the map to look around. A portrait icon shows where your caravan is in the world. You can also click on any location to get some history about it. When you're done with the map, click the X at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so this, I saw this last night when I was streaming, actually. I can't tell a lie. I really like that there's little bits of lore and stuff. I'm not sure it affects where you actually travel. I think the game may actually be more linear than its creators made out. But that's fine too. It's the story I'm interested in, not open world stuff. So I mean, there's the road we're traveling on, the Wandering Road. At the end of the First Great War, the Varl had more to contend with than mankind to the south. Above the Bradabrek peaks, the lands crawled with furious, war-minded dredge. The first Varl king, Einar, led the entire Varl race across the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. Sweeping away dredge as they went, before forming the first Varl kingdom at Einartoft. What about Strand? We've just come from there. Let's have last thing, just to show, just to get you a wee flavour of the map. We'll have a look. Some horrible little fly just went that way. Anyway, doesn't matter. As close as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance. Both men. Really, that was racial tolerance? Holy fuck. Both men and Varl compete to scratch out a living in this, the biggest trade city along the west coast. Many people still believe the god Dengler, like Dieter Dengler, as in the guy that got shot down in Vietnam? Dengler. Still watches over it in his Huey. Granting good fortune. Dropping M60s to those that are truly in need. Okay, that went a bit silly, didn't it? I'm sorry. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. It's going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. I think he did. Why not take the ships to Skyrim instead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the long ships. Too bad though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skrymerstead. A half-sunken city, crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. Do you like glaciers? You wee bollocks. Luden exhales through his nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. We've annoyed the little prince, clearly. Don't poke the anthill, Vognir. Seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with a boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a cliff top to hop off to. Luden's got a shorter wick and hack on. Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vedderfell if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel you can enter camp at any time by clicking the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. High morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely again, I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Click leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to go back to the road. So we'll have a really quick look at the heroes menu, and then I think we'll end the episode there. So this is like the order of battle. It shows you the turn order, and you can obviously switch them around. So I mean, Luden's a wee bollocks, and you want him to be at the back because he's a job. So I think I have promotions actually. The game wants me to click this stuff, but I mean I don't really need to worry about too much of that. Let's promote Gunnolf though, because he deserves it. I am wearing my green clothes, so I am. All the promotions for me, none for anyone else. Let's just keep bumping up. You know what? I don't care about any of this. Just bump up his strength to full, so he can just cleave people to death in one go with his two-hander. I like that a lot. You're a beast, sir. A beast. Nobody else is up for promotion. Okay. We will change the order though. Let's get, if I can, yeah, let's get Hakon going first. Mogr. Then Gunnulf and then Luden. That's fine. What I'm going to do there, guys, is wrap the episode. Holy shit, I shouldn't be drinking porter, should I? This is a bad idea. I am going to record more episodes now, though, so it's only going to get worse. I'm going to wrap up the episode here, though. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope my terrible voice acting hasn't put you off. But again, it's purely because I'm trying to inject some character into a very dialogue-heavy game. But the story so far, I'm really enjoying. The gameplay, I'm enjoying. I hope you're liking it too. And if you have any suggestions about the series, you want to see certain accents on certain characters or something, I'll try my best. I'll maybe, you know, look up how to learn new accents or something to sort of expand the repertoire that I have, which is woeful. But yeah, we'll come back to this strong, and we'll move on from camp and see where we go. I'm really intrigued to see where the story goes from here. And finally, the last point, and maybe the most important, is I really hope that this has shown you how good this game is, even if you don't appreciate the style that I play it in. I hope that it's illustrated how great the art style is, how fantastic the character design is, and all of that stuff. So please, by all means, check out the game itself. I'll put a link up to the Steam store page and also to Stoic Studios, who made the game. So yeah, definitely give them a look as well. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.